Russia's image of invincibility is cracking, not just on the bloody battlefields of Ukraine, but in the quieter corners of Moldova too. Without firing a single shot, Putin has taken one of his most humiliating blows yet, delivered straight from Chisinau. Right now, around 1,500 Russian troops are stranded hundreds of kilometers from home, effectively abandoned in Transnistria as Moscow watches helplessly. This mess stems from Moldova's bold and historic decision. It has formally begun the process of withdrawing from the Commonwealth of Independent States. President Maia Sandu signed the key documents on April 8, 2026. This isn't just paperwork. It severs the last major institutional ties to the post-Soviet era and effectively cuts Russia's land and air connections through Moldova. Transnistria, that thin strip of land wedged between the Dniester River and Ukraine, has long served as one of Moscow's most valuable outposts in Eastern Europe. For decades, it acted as a shadowy hub for arms dealing, hybrid operations, and efforts to destabilize both Ukraine and the Balkans. It was Russia's perfect blind spot, right in the heart of Europe. But Moldova's move has slammed those doors shut. Overnight, the roughly 1,500 Russian soldiers stationed there, officially part of the operational group of Russian forces since 1992, have lost any legal cover. They can no longer pose as peacekeepers. Instead, they're now viewed as an illegal occupying force on Moldovan territory. Chisinau didn't stop there. It went further by declaring the Russian command in Transnistria persona non grata. These officers can no longer freely enter government-controlled areas of Moldova without risking immediate deportation. The chain of command from Moscow has been effectively paralyzed. The situation is even more ironic because many of these so-called elite Russian troops are actually locals who've barely set foot in Russia and were simply given Russian passports. Now, with borders sealed by the war in Ukraine, Moscow can't easily send them supplies, reinforcements, or even basic fuel and ammunition. They're trapped in what's becoming an open-air prison. Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu has issued strong warnings, claiming Russian citizens are under threat and hinting at possible intervention. But experts, and even Ukrainian officials like Kirilo Budanov, point out that Russia lacks the logistical ability to rescue or reinforce this isolated unit. The world's second-largest army is facing the embarrassment of abandoning its own soldiers just next door. And the danger runs deeper than the troops themselves. Beneath their feet lies one of Eastern Europe's biggest military headaches, the massive Kobasna ammunition depot. This Soviet-era site is said to hold around 20,000 tons of old munitions, including vast stocks of artillery shells and cartridges. Much of it dates back to the withdrawal of Soviet forces from East Germany and Czechoslovakia. A large portion is expired and unstable, a ticking time bomb that could cause catastrophic damage if it ever detonates. For years, Russia justified its military presence there, partly as guarding this depot. That excuse has now evaporated. The depot has become an uncontrollable liability, giving Moldova leverage to rally international support and push for Russia's complete exit from the region. Beyond the military side, this shift is reshaping Moldova's future. By cutting ties with the CIS, Chisinau has shaken off decades of Russian pressure and is accelerating its path toward the European Union. Despite Moscow's threats, energy blackmail, and hybrid tactics, Moldova has held firm. It has diversified its energy sources, reducing dependence on Russian gas, and is making rapid progress as one of the EU's most promising candidate countries. Moldova even has a smart two-step plan for EU accession. It aims to join with the areas under central government control first, without waiting for the Transnistria issue to be fully resolved. This cleverly sidesteps Russia's usual stalling tactics. Meanwhile, the separatist region is economically crumbling. Cut off from cheap Russian gas, its industry struggling, and its young people leaving in droves. On top of all this, a bigger long-term threat looms for Putin, the possibility of unification between Moldova and Romania. President Sandu has already said she would vote yes in a referendum on the issue. If it ever happens, the Prut River border could effectively disappear, creating a stronger, integrated European state. Such a union would automatically bring former Moldovan territory under NATO's umbrella, placing those stranded Russian troops directly on NATO's frontier, facing modern F-16s, advanced radar, and Patriot systems instead of Moldova's smaller forces. It would dramatically strengthen NATO's southeastern flank and remove a key vulnerability for Ukraine. Russian officials like Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov have panicked, calling it a destructive idea. But Moscow has little real power left to stop the momentum. Energy links, roads, bridges, and cooperation between Moldova and Romania are already deepening. In the end, 2026 is turning into a landmark year for the collapse of Russia's last footholds in this part of Europe. Moldova's courageous stand has not only secured its own path, but sent a powerful message to the region. It is possible to push back against Russian pressure. Transnistria is no longer a source of strength for Moscow. It has become a costly, isolated burden, slowly rotting away. Europe's map is being redrawn, and this time, it's not in Putin's favor. So what do you think? In its desperate, cornered state, would Russia risk some reckless military gamble to save those troops in Transnistria? Or will it simply have to watch as Moldova and Romania move closer together, marking Putin's clearest diplomatic defeat in Eastern Europe yet? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy deep dives like this, check out our full video content on Spotify, presented by TGN, for more on geopolitics and long-form stories to make your journeys more interesting.